Our motto is esse quam videri, to be rather than to seem, right? That's who we are, and kindness, respect, effort, and leadership. Those things are essential to the Suffield Academy experience, and we really own in on those things. Even in those uncomfortable moments, our students are happy at Suffield Academy. So firstly, I'm a graduate of boarding school. I went to a school called the Darlington School in Rome, Georgia, and I'm from New York City, so that really began my odyssey with boarding schools, and I had a transformative experience. And after college, I was fortunate enough to work with an organization that helped place young men in boarding schools out of New York City. And I visited probably over 100 boarding schools, and one school that always had a special place in my heart was Suffield, because of the experiences my students had had there. And in a chance conversation with the head of school in 2010, he asked me if I wanted to work at Suffield, and I said, absolutely not. I want to stay in New York City. But he quickly convinced me about his vision for the school, where he wanted to take Suffield, and how I could be a part of that transformation. So that's really been, and I've been here for 15 years, 7 as Associate Director of Admission. And then in 2016, I became Director of Admission and Financial Aid. And international admission has been a really huge part of my experience. And I remember meeting you when you first started, and the relationship has been strong ever since. So, we have kids from 30 countries. So we want to make sure we have an eclectic group of kids that go to school at Suffield. I think number one, at Suffield, we want to make sure that kids have worldly perspectives, right? And the only way to do that is have students from all around the world and all around the United States, and them coming together to understand the importance of communication, the importance of diversity, and then understanding that you're still 14 years old, right? And even though you come from different backgrounds and have different ethnicities and religions, you're still a young person trying to get the best out of your experience. So the neat thing is, I'm the curator of community, if you will, right? And I have a hand in creating this diverse school and being a part of it. So it's just neat to see young people at 13 years old with goals and talking to parents, especially from the international perspective, and trusting us to help them raise their children and give them the things that they need. I really enjoy that. I enjoy watching young people grow. And over 15 years, now I'm going to a couple of weddings and things of that nature. So it's been a fun ride. I would say happy. Our students are happy. The other will be challenged. We provide a challenging environment academically and pushing kids, and then supportive. So even in that challenging academic environment, we're supportive. We have 95% of our faculty live on campus. But happy is the one that really comes to mind. Even in those uncomfortable moments, our students are happy at Suffield Academy. We talked just kids from all around the world, and the idea of meeting young people where they are and where their interests are, and not wanting them to be something that they're not, right? Our motto is esse quam videri, to be rather than to seem, right? And that's really important to us. I think that's who we are, and kindness, respect, effort, and leadership. Those things are essential to the Suffield Academy experience, and we really own in on those things. We lunch together almost every day, Monday through Friday. And it's an opportunity for me. The whole community's there. Everybody that is involved in the Suffield community, we eat lunch together. And you sit at a table every week, and then every week you switch to a different table, and you get a chance to meet basically everybody. In your first year on campus, you get a chance to meet every student and every faculty member. And to me, that's fun, because sometimes I don't have enough time to meet with every single kid one-on-one. So to have a week with them during lunch is awesome. So that's a fun fact for me. I don't know if I hope the students feel the same way, but I think it's an important part of the Suffield Academy experience. I think supporting their teammates at games, whatever level that is. We have arts, the performing arts and music are a very important part of the Suffield Academy experience. And so watching our students support their peers in those endeavors, I think is a really neat thing that we do. And you see that everywhere you go, whether it's a musical or a music recital, or we have this thing called the guitar show, or games. For me, I would say that's the thing that I really enjoy, watching our students engage and support each other in a variety of different ways. In 10th grade, there's an opportunity for you to do more of a local component throughout the year. In the past, we've had trips to Ghana to do service learning trips, and that was really pre-COVID, and we're hoping to get back into that and do some different things. And usually in March, we have a spring trip experience to countries all around the world. And that's every year there's a new country that we experience. But that happens during March break, which sometimes kids don't want to do that. And some kids are excited about that process. But other than that, I think we should focus on the summer and create an opportunity for our students to dive into things that they're passionate about, whether it's leadership skills, taking a different language, taking some higher level courses or immersion programs for languages as well. So we have an activity fair in April that gives the kids as much time to think about what they want to do during the summer. So number one that I think is really distinct at Suffield is our leadership program, which really focuses on public speaking, writing, and personal mastery. So as a freshman and a sophomore, you take that class twice a week. And as a junior, it intertwines with the second signature program, which is our college counseling program, which is a 4-year experience. And that starts as a freshman. And I'll kind of get back to it, but those are the two signature programs. With leadership, it's really neat. It's a grade. So you are being graded in that class. It's writing intensive, heavy public speaking in our Harkness table method classes, but it's fun. It's not a stressful class. It's a class to really help you own in on your writing skills, get a better idea of who you are as a person, and then realize the things that you're passionate about. That's really the freshman year experience. And then going to sophomore year, it's more of an experiential learning experience. In the winter and spring, you have the opportunity to get off campus once a week and work with a variety of different community service programs in the area, and then talk about it, right, which I think is a really neat experience. And then junior year, again, it intertwines with our college counseling program. And then senior year, which is, the penultimate experience, you have to give a 7-minute speech about something that really means a lot to you about Suffield Academy. You can do a TED Talk. There's a variety of different ways, but the key is speaking in front of the whole school. And that is a challenge for some people, but there's different things that we work on for you to feel comfortable to get there. That's 50% of it. And the other 50% of the senior experience is you have a leadership position at the school. So that can be a proctor, a tour guide, the head of a club, where you are really leading that program. And also, you and your team spend time picking the next group of kids that will be leaders in that particular program. So there's a legacy that you have. And again, it could be the school newspaper, the captain of a team, but those students really dictate who the next group of kids will take those leadership experiences. So that's the leadership program. And college counseling, I think, is really neat. It's a 4-year program. 3 times a year as a freshman, both parents and students have dialogue about the college process. You also go on a field trip to visit 3 colleges. Sophomore year, it really focuses on standardized testing, pre-standardized testing, getting you ready for that process. And then junior year, things get ramped up. And, you obviously get your college counselor, but really by this time, we have a good idea of what you're looking for, what you're passionate about. And at Suffield, we have 125 seniors and 5 college counselors. So that's about 25 per caseload. And we also have a floor dedicated just to college counselor, which I think is really neat and special. And it's not something that a lot of schools, obviously the college process is important for everybody, but we really are intentional about the work and feel that it's a true strength of the school. I think number one is that you're fortunate, right? I think the organization that you work with, Sesame, has been doing it. I know it's a relatively new organization, but there's a lot of history, and they've helped place young people in boarding schools all over the world. And that's a privilege that you have. And so listen to the advice that they give you. In terms of stress, it's a stressful process, but try to enjoy it. This is the first big decision that you'll make with your family in your life. And the more you know about a school and the research that you do will help you feel more comfortable when you're going to interviews and writing your applications and every other aspect of it. But you got to have some fun with it and realize that hopefully it's going to work out ideally, but you're going to find the school that's best for you and you'll have an unbelievable experience. But trust the people around you and don't take yourself too seriously and just work really hard and good things will happen.